The garden at the hospice has a really beautiful story to tell. Right at the beginning, when we were in the design stages, we found a designer, amazing lady, and she did this beautiful curvy design. And then when we married the garden design up to what was then a very straight back to the hospice, we realized that was a real shame, and actually we could integrate the two in a much more harmonious way if we actually changed the design of the building of the hospice and curved it as well. And that never happens. It never happens that the garden changes the building. In fact, usually a garden is a complete bolt-on, an afterthought. So done, we came back to actually implementing this beautiful design, and we were presented with what looked like World War One. We had very little funds. In fact, we had no funds. So this was a garden that would have to grow out of lots of volunteer work. And amazingly, volunteers appeared out of nowhere. And then the garden really unfolded before our eyes, and all of these little spaces, these different facets started springing out of the ground. Structure by the pond, the greenhouse, a willow spiral, a fern garden, and then embellishing the garden with the stained glass. So we built what people call the Hobbit house, other beautiful little points of interest, step by step, with lots of hard work, but actually it was fairly effortless. It really was. And it is extraordinary because it's a few small pots of grant funding and a lot of volunteer work, and the result is something that you would never ever have got if you had engaged a whole lot of paid employees, because it's that beautiful care and love and attention that volunteers bring. And then you see the way that patients engage with the garden and the difference it makes to them. Just that opportunity to walk out amongst the paths into the wilderness at the far end of the garden and just be with nature, be quiet, and enable a contemplation to happen within themselves that can be more difficult in an internal space. Beautiful, beautiful result. And what's so nice is it continues to evolve and grow and change. So it never stands still.